Hello everyone. Today I am going to revise you the second unit of network security and management. That is hardware and software security. The first question we will see now. Describe trusted operating system. So already you know what is meant by operating system. So operating system is a collection of programs which makes the computer to work. So this is an confidence that operating system, if we have confidence that it provides the following services in a consistent and effective way, then you can say this operating system is a trusted. So memory protection will see, file protection, then general object access control, user authentication. Memory protection means whatever the memories are there in a operating system, you need to protect that memory. Then whatever the files you are creating, that files also you need to protect. Then whatever the objects has been assessed on that, only authorized person has to be assessed. Like that, we need to provide the object access control. Then authentication. Authentication means what? The user should get authenticated. Authentication means that authorized person only have permission to access the data, to view a data, or to manage a data. So, if you in your operating system you want to authorize the user, then user authentication facility also has been provided. Then only can say your operating system is a trusted operating system. When you can show a trust on the operating system, when you provide this all facility, when the user will get authenticated, when user is having a authorized permission and all, then only you can say that the user is a authenticate and you can delay or you can delay on the operating system. The second question, that is what is a VPN? With a neat diagram explain its types. VPN stands for virtual private network. These are not single technology, but it is a complex interaction of a different technologies. Means what? How you are forming the virtual private network now? The virtual private network is formed on already existing infrastructure. You are not using the different or new infrastructure for that. So virtual private networks offer the secure communication between the network applications using a public or unsecure medium, such as through the use of various technology, which is offering user authentication, data integrity, and access control. Now, you take it for example. Now, suppose in your college already developed network is there. By using that, you have formed a new network, and that is a virtual private network. So, virtual private network even can provide the security for that virtual private network by giving the authentication. So here you can provide authentication to the users that only you want to enter into your network. Then data integrity. Data integrity should be achieved. Now whatever the communication is made between the virtual private network, there you have to maintain the data integrity. Data integrity is the process where you are when your data has been transmitted from one point to another point, there the data should not get altered or changed. Then if you are maintaining, that means your integrity of a data is being achieved. Then access control. Access control can be done by providing authentication, authorization, by providing security. So virtual private network is a very important and it is very you can provide the security for that. So complete VPN solution includes the security, the traffic control has been done very effectively, the enterprise management can be done. So there are two types of virtual private networks are there. First one is user VPN and second a site VPN. User VPN. User virtual private networks are the virtual private networks between an individual user machine and an organization site or network. So as you can see in the diagram, this is the virtual private network. Here the two types you can see. First figure shows the user virtual private network configuration, and then second diagram indicates the site-to-site virtual private network across the internet. In the user VPN, here you can see the virtual private network server is there, and here the user computer is there. It is being made by the individual user and the virtual private networks. That's why it is name is indicated as virtual user private network. So in the user's computer, the virtual private network software is there. Then here to communication purpose they have used TCP/IP protocol stack which maintains the communication channels. Here in between the user's computer and between the virtual private network servers, the virtual private network channel has been developed to communicate between the user and between the server. The server is responsible for how you are connecting the server to the internet and network. So this is a user VPN network. Okay. Then second is the site VPNs. The site VPNs are used by the organizations. Mainly it is used for the business purpose and all. Here the computers are connected to the remote sites without the need for any expensive or lease lines or to connect it to different organizations. So here clearly they don't want to buy any new lease line. They don't want to invest money on that. That time the site to site is being connected between the two different organizations to have the healthy communication between the two different organizations. So as you can see here, this is the main site firewall is there and this is the remote site firewall is there, where the main site firewall has been connected with the organization internal network. Then a remote site firewall is connected with the remote site of the internal network organization and it is being connected to the internet virtual private network. So whatever you are communicating between the main site and the remote site, here the firewalls are installed so that they can protect it from the outside of the traffic or outside of the hacker and all that. So this is a very important. So as you can see that there are two types of VPNs are there, user VPN and the site VPN. Site VPN is mainly used for the business purpose. So let's see the third question. Explain the various hardware securities for smart cards and biometrics. A smart card is a credit card sized device that has an embedded microprocessor, a small amount of memory, and an interface that allows it to communicate with a workstation or a network. With the smart cards, password and IDs securely encrypted on the card. When combined with the biometrics finger scanning technologies, user can ever skip the PIN code. A smart card can be personalized to the user. There are the two characteristics which make the smart cards especially well suited for security sensitive or personal data applications. So let's see the that applications. The onboard processor can service the request from the network and return the result without revealing the sensitive data. The user can also carry data on the smart cards rather than entrusting it on a network storage. So means the smart cards are very useful. Now smart cards are used in a many way, like you can use the smart card for paying the toll bills. Even the smart cards are used for user authentication purpose, like the smart card can be also used as a key. Now, if you go to the five-star hotel, the smart card can be given as a key, where you can swap the smart card into the doors and then you can open the room locks. So, smart cards are also used as a hardware securities. And so, it gives the physical security to the networks. The second hardware security is the biometrics. So what does it mean by biometrics? Nowadays you have heard the biometrics, you have seen anywhere in the biometrics. The biometrics is a physical security component which is used to control the access to the computer systems and the networks, as well as to serve as a physical access device. So the biometrics are the physical component which control the physical characteristics of the persons. So here you can see some multiple definition of biometrics. So even biometrics is called as a component which captures human characteristics. Now you can say how they will capture the human characteristics. So here the human body's part can be scanned, like the eye retina will be scanned. Then fingerprint has been taken as a to authorize the person. Then facial thermographs can be taken. The sound has been taken. So there are many different ways are there where the human's unique characteristics are taken and given ID to that person to assure that this is the authorized person. Even can call a biometrics is associated hardware. Even the biometrics is a application software, image matching software. Yeah, biometrics is also a standalone product. Even can say biometrics is a complete solution or a platform or environment which supports the biometrics authentication. So, as you know that biometrics which captures the humans different characteristics. The biometrics will having in a different methods are there to identify the physical characteristics. So there are different types of biometric machines are there. Like for example, voice print biometric machine is there, fingerprints biometric machine is there, palm prints, hand geometry, hand wings, handwriting acoustic emissions is there, iris map is there, then facial thermographs is there, and then facial identifications are there. Then what is meant by voice print biometric machine? So voice print where the sound waves are generated by an individual speaking a given word or password are compared to store the patterns. Means what the person has to talk. Where this hello, if say person says hello, then that sound has been recorded and is stored into the PC, and then again suppose you want to use that as password, then again once again you have to say hello, then that pattern whatever you have stored and then that person said that it will compare, and like that they were authenticating through the voice. The second finger machine is the fingerprints. So fingerprint machine will take the ridges on fingers are converted to the digital template that can be compared with the already stored database recorded data records. So here it will what they will do, they will scan the ridges of your fingers. Every person is having a different fingerprints are there. So that fingerprints are taken and stored, and once again you have to give the fingerprints, then it will calculate and say whether this person is authenticated or no. Then third is the palm prints. So the palm prints, it takes the ridges of the palm and then it measures that and then compare with the database. The next is the hand geometric machine. Hand geometry machine measures the size and shape of the hand, and then whatever you have taken the size of your hand and shape, it is stored, and once again it will, when you want to open a particular thing, then again it will take the same thing and then it will see whether that person is authorized or no. The next one is hand wings. Hand wings is the wings pattern on the back of the hand is scanned. Now it will won't take the front, but it take the back of the hand, and then it will store the whatever you have taken the back hand is been scanned. It is stored into the database. Again, once again, when you are logging into that, then it will scan and it will check both patterns are same or no. The next machine is the handwriting acoustic emission. So this will analyze the sounds which is generated when a person signs his or her name. So the person when sign at that time they will capture the particular sound when they are signing, and then they will store into the database, and then it will compare that sound and once again when they are signing. Like that they will authorize the person. The next one is iris map. A video image of the colored portion of the eye. What it will do, it will take the video image of the colored portion pattern of the eye, and then it is mapped by a computer. How they are mapping that? By creating a digital code based on the individual pattern of the iris. Means every person has having a different that iris mapping. According to that, they will authenticate the users. The next one is the facial thermographs. So facial thermographs make use an infrared camera to capture the heat emission patterns. So there is a unique signature when heat passes through the facial tissues, and that pattern is captured and then it will saved into the database, and like that they will authenticate. The last machine is that facial identification. So facial identification biometrics, it converts the video image of the face to a digital template. Means the video image of your face will be converting to the digital template to be compared with a recorded image, and like that they will authenticate the users. So these are the basics hardware security are the biometrics and smart cards. Let's see the next question, that is Describe PGP. Explain summary of a PGP service. So what is PGP? So PGP will see PGP stands for the pretty good privacy. So PGP provides the confidentiality, authentication service that can be used for electronic mail and file storage applications. So PGP was invented by Phil Zimmerman in 1991, and PGP is a free package. It is freely available on the net. PGP becomes a commercial product after being bought by the network associated in year 1996. So PGP addresses the key distribution problem with a what is called a ring of trust or user's key ring. Means what that the user directly gives a public key to another or other second user, further the first public key from a server, and one person can give a second person key to a third person. So PGP does not mandate a policy for establishing a trust. Rather, the user is free to decide how much to trust the each key has been received. So let's see this the summary of PGP services. So these are the functions, and you can see these are the description of the functions. So PGP has having a different services like digital signature, message encryption, compression, then email compatibility, then segmentation. So what is mean by digital signature? Here a hash code is used for digital signature purpose, where hash code of a message is created by using S.J.P.N, and this message is digested, is encrypted using a DSS. DSS means data standard. DS is a data standard security or RSA. It is sender's private key and include with a message. The next message is message encryption. A message is encrypted using IDEA algorithm or 3DES with one session key is generated here by the sender. Next is a compression technique. Compression technique is that here you can reducing the actual size of a file so that you can send easily on the internet. So here they can compress by using many different techniques, like here they are used zip. Then email compatibility, next function. A message may be converted to an ASCII starting using Radix 64 conversion algorithm. The last function is a segmentation. To accommodate the maximum message size, limitations has been made. Okay. We see the next question, that is explain secure socket layer, that is security protocols SSL and TLS. So SSL is nothing but it is a security socket layer. SSL is the Internet Security Protocol for point-to-point connection. Means what here it is used for security purpose, for point-to-point connection purpose. So many popular web browsers like Netscape Communication is there, Internet Explorers are there, Mozilla Firefox is there. These all browsers are mainly rely on this protocol of SSL for their security purpose. Even the SSL are protecting against the eavesdropping or tampering and forgery. So that much SSL is providing the security for the security purpose it is used. SS is also used for the user authentication purpose. So that you can see the diagram of secure socket layer. Here these are the different layers are there on client side machine and the server side. Here you can see here the TCP/IP protocol which develops the secure pipe where you are transforming the information from the client machine to the server machine. So TCP/IP protocol is established. Then above that SSL protocol is used. Then HTTP, FTP, Telnet, etc. is there to providing transferring facility, or to file transfer protocol is also there. And then application layer is there to perform the functions. The next layer is the transport layer security. So TLS. This has been established by IETF, Internet Engineering Task Force, established the TLS working group in the year 1996 to develop a standard for a transport security protocols. So here in the transport layer security, this layer is mainly composed with the two parts. One is a record protocol and then handshake protocol. So TLS record protocol, which provides the connection security by using supported by encryption methods like a DES algorithm, data encryption standard. Means what? It is mainly providing the security by using a different cryptographic algorithm. The next one, TLS handshake protocol. So this TLS handshake protocol is mainly protocol which allows the server and the client to authenticate each other and to negotiate a session by using encryption algorithm and cryptographic keys before the data has been exchanged from the client side to the server side. So you can see here TLS handshake protocol where how the communication has been established between the client machine and between the server. So here client says hello. At that time the random value is accepted by the algorithm list. Then server receives the hello request and it will certificate that by using the certificate request. Then client has been certificate optionalities. Then the pre-master secret key is used for encryption purpose, that original data of the plain text. Then client and the server will generate the master key for the ciphertext. Ciphertext means what? The original data is being converted into the coded format or on which is not in a readable form. Then it is called a ciphertext. Then server changes the record layer security state client and then they will finish their communication and then they will start the exchanging application data. So this way the TLS handshake protocol is works. Let's see the next question, that is explain IPsec. What does it mean by IPsec? IP means Internet Protocol Security. So Internet Protocol Security is a set of protocols. What is meant by protocol? Protocol is nothing but a set of rules which has been developed so that all users can follow that when they are exchanging a data on the internet and all. So how the IP security is providing a set of protocols which has been also developed by IETF, which is nothing but Internet Engineering Task Force, for the encryption purpose and for the authentication of a TCP/IP traffic. So this encryption and authentication is very important roles, where encrypting a data means when the user want to send a data from one party to another party, then there will be chances of hacking the message or a data. At that time what they will do, they will follow the encryption technique, so that if the data is hacked also, then they will get the ciphertext. At that time the whatever data they will not in a reading format. So that why encryption technique is been followed. To make the encryption, they can follow the many cryptographic algorithms are there, like ID is there, 3DS is there, DS is there, AES is there. So many techniques are there. Then even the authentication performs. Authentication is also can be done by using many different algorithms are there. So this is a leading standard. Nowadays everybody is blaming on IPsec securities. So here this is a leading standard for the cryptographical, which is based on the authentication for the integrity purpose and for the privacy services purpose. Okay. So what are the benefits of IP security? See, there are different benefits are there, because you know that internet nowadays everybody is using internet. So whenever we are sharing something, whenever we are performing online banking or some things, at that time we always need to protect our data. So we can give the many benefits. So when IPsec is implemented in a firewall, or it provides a strong security. So IP security in a firewall is a resistance to bypass if all traffic from outside must use internet protocol, and then the firewall is only the means of
interest from the internal to the organization. Here, IP security is below to the transport layer, so applications are very transparent and easy to understand. Then, IP security can provide the security for the individual users if it is needed. Then IP security can also transparent to their end users. So that nowadays IP security is very important that everyone is now we are relying on the internet, online things. So for that all the IP security providing the security for our data.